Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good day life. Good day life. Good day life.
But you have that other video, right?
Good day life.
Okay.
Coming at you with the greatest scares in this earth. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission. Morning to night, so buckle up and ride with Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good day life. Good day life. Good day life. Good day
It's my specialty.
Gonna be the mission. Morning to night, so buckle up and ride with
Nothing about them, so
Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good day life.
You want me to do the whole intro thing?
Good day life.
Sure.
Good day life.
Sit back.
Good
Let Michelle scream at the camera.
Is she talking to I have a comment.
Center camera, here we go. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4,
For live TV?
3, right to center.
Okay.
And
Welcome. And as I steal Michelle's words.
Yes, that's the signature Michelle.
It is. The welcome. But we miss her today. I'm Kyle Trueblood. We have our guest host today.
I'm Drea Renee.
How you doing? We're live in LA at Studio Place. Today is February what? The 3rd or 4th?
Is it the
Michelle's so
third?
good at this.
I know.
She's so good at this. What is it today?
It like rolls off so easily.
It's the
It is-
3rd. It's the 3rd, but it's a
February
Friday,
3rd.
and I'm sure everyone knows that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fridays with Drea. We're gonna make that a thing.
Happy Fridays. We were going to make it a thing.
Yeah,
you were
we
supposed
are.
to come
I'm
in.
here.
You were supposed to come in anyway.
Yes, I was.
But Michelle woke up this morning and was apparently sick, so we have 2 instead of 3.
Yes, we are here.
And you said something funny as soon as we got in. You were like, "Oh, it's like Black History Month."
It
It's
is
like,
Black
oh,
History Month.
Here we go.
So it's kind of like appropriate that we're hosting today.
It's kind of appropriate. Shout out to Studio Place. Shout out to Sway TV, supporting the month
Yes.
of February. Cool.
It's our month.
So, do you know anything about like the month? Michelle was
Other
asking
than
me. I had to
that, it's
Google
our
it.
month. You had to Google it?
I had to Google it. I was like, yo, if any black person sees me on February 1st, if they watch that episode, I'm gonna be ostracized. They're gonna take my black card and I'm gonna be alone.
My black card apparently has been taken a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
You were on OWN
Yeah.
Network though, like with
That's
Oprah.
fair. That is absolutely fair that
Yeah.
I am on OWN at the moment.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
We'll get to that, yes.
Yeah.
But yes, in my life,
Yeah.
people have many times tried to take my black
Why?
card. Because I don't fit always in the box of what they think the African American experience should be like.
We gotta fit in
So,
boxes. We have boxes.
We have boxes.
We have boxes
And
we
we
gotta
have
fit
boxes
into.
within our community.
We really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fit into
we
any
do.
of them. I don't fit into any of them.
Do you not fit into the boxes, Kyle?
I mean, I was on a football team, a
Okay.
D1 football team,
Okay,
a bunch of
there you
black
go.
guys.
Yeah.
They were wondering, literally, they were like, Kyle, what are you?
What are you? What does that
I was like-
mean?
I was-
mean, you're
that's what I
clearly
said.
an African American male.
Right. I was like, well, like, what do you mean? What am I? Like, as in like an existential term? Like, I'm so confused. And he was like, no. We were just like, and he was like, he was talking in a Florida accent. He's like, me and the boy just wondering, like, you know, like, what's your heritage? And I was like,
Oh, do you know?
Yeah.
I did the 23andMe.
I did the 23andMe.
What are you?
So my mother, my family, my mother's side comes from Benin, Nigeria, and then France burned our kingdom to the ground.
I
It was called
can speak
Idu.
French.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not French.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying you give me a French vibe.
I do give you a French vibe. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
you do.
I give a lot of people a French vibe. It's like he could be from France.
Could be from
like
France.
Kobe, but no.
Totally.
it was a kingdom called Edu, and there were no doors. There was just like everyone shared everything.
Okay.
I was looking at a lot of Spaniards used to travel down there to trade, and they used to draw the kingdom, like because it was fractal design without knowing mathematics. Well, they knew mathematics, they just weren't applying it the European way,
Right.
with like linear calculation. And so that was really cool to learn that like I came from that kind of a culture.
That is really cool.
But then France wanted palm oil, and the king was like, it was like some long name that I can't pronounce, but the king of the kingdom at the time was like, we're not giving you palm oil, we use that, and we don't want to trade with you because we have a bad feeling about you. And they just burnt the whole kingdom to the ground, which you can go see today.
Oh
it's actually like the kingdom's still, there's still like ruins there today.
This is so cool.
So like, here's the funny part. So like me and my family, until 2 years ago, thought we were all from Barbados. Right?
Barbados.
We thought we were all from Barbados because like that's the family stories.
Right.
Like the last story we have is like we traveled from Barbados to Scotland, from Scotland to Boston, and here we are.
Right.
We find out that the whole family fled from Nigeria to Barbados because France burned it down.
Interesting.
Right. So that was a cool thing to learn.
Well, we have something in common then.
Are you Nigerian?
Nigerian as well.
Yeah, I should have
hope
guessed.
they don't just tell that to all the black people on 23andMe.
Right.
Wait a second.
You know what?
Nigerian too?
You know what? Like, there's like a billion more Nigerians than there should be right now.
I know exactly. They're like
That's not a
Nigerians
bad
are trending.
call.
So
That's
let's
not a
be
bad
Nigerian.
call, because I'm wondering to myself, like because African culture, like the whole continent, they don't really look into the border thing.
Right.
Those borders were given some of those borders were given by other countries.
Oh.
Yeah, like they're not all
learning
like
today.
African decisions, like
Right. Yeah.
people would be born in one place and just walk across the continent for their lives.
Oh,
like that's what it's more nomadic.
Yeah.
They don't really
Yeah.
care
Right.
about so when 23andMe comes around, I'm like, how do you really know if like my grandfather, my great grandfather did a loop around the continent twice? Like, how do you know?
I mean, nobody really knows. It sounds like it's kind of like a game of telephone.
Yes.
Especially with
Yes.
you thinking forever you're from Barbados.
Precisely.
Especially in our culture, your grandma said,
Right.
your grandma's grandma said, and
Right.
then everyone's just thinking that's just what it is.
Correct.
Right?
Now, they get names wrong, probably.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
for
really
sure.
curious about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, my
Like,
gosh, yeah.
Your grandfather, Alfred, but his name was like
There's always a nickname.
Aldo. Who
My
knows?
dad's nickname is Termite.
Stop it.
It is. And I did not know my dad's real name until I was maybe 6.
Are you serious?
I swear.
They called
thought
him Termite. Why?
Because when he was a little boy,
Yeah.
he would rummage through the kitchen. He's one of 8. And
Okay.
so there was so many kids, and
Yeah.
my dad would always sneak food in the middle of the night, so he got the nickname Termite.
That's adorable.
But,
That's kind of adorable.
And I didn't even know termite was like a rodent.
Yeah, it's a bug.
A bug, yeah,
It's
like
a flying
bug.
bug.
Excuse me. Yeah, and I was like, that's my dad's name. His name is Termite. They're like, your dad's name is Melvin. I'm all, oh, I didn't know.
Well, I thought my dad's name was Chuck. Everyone called him Chucky. His name's not Chucky. I don't even know how they came up with Chucky. His name's
What?
Ed.
How do we get Chuck from Ed?
Still don't know to this day.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very
they just call him Chucky.
interesting.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me like your black card is there. I mean, you sound like you know most of your history.
I know my history.
I don't know as much as you know.
For me,
Right. But
as far as
all of our people.
had to Google it,
Okay.
learn something new.
Okay.
The Cleveland Summit.
The Cleveland Summit.
The Cleveland
Should I know
Summit.
what the Cleveland?
No, you shouldn't. Like, we have a lot.
Okay.
I gotta give it to, listen, one
gotta
black
give it to
person to
our
another that's in my position, like, we do a lot.
We do a lot.
We do a ton. You could Google
Yeah.
this, it could be a wormhole for days.
Yeah, you did
right?
really good.
So, just one thing I looked up, one thing I saw,
Okay.
take it or leave it. The Cleveland Summit was interesting because Muhammad Ali the Vietnam War was going on, and Muhammad Ali was like, I'm not going.
Okay.
And so Jim Brown, who was still an athlete for the
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns at the time, called together a summit at Cleveland called the
Okay.
Cleveland Summit for like all these, like I think it was like 15 of the top black athletes to get together and talk to Muhammad on his decision and whether he was making the right one.
Okay.
I found that really cool just because I was like, unification is such personally I think it's like it's not a factor in our culture. Like,
Yeah.
we don't unify that much. So to hear about the Cleveland Summit and to hear like all these great great athletes getting together and discussing a really important decision was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I
That's
love
it.
that. But that's great.
That's cool.
a great little nugget to have for the month. I think
That's what we got for today.
Each Black History Month, we should have a nugget for the
Each
culture.
day?
For in February. Each
Each
Black
February
History Month,
we should have like one thing.
we find a nugget
We
that we
find a
didn't
nugget.
know about, right?
See, like the black culture, be like, you got to find one every day of the month. because we do a lot.
We do a lot.
And they're gonna say it. If someone's watching, they're gonna be like, no. We want an update every day. Something
know.
new.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. And we're trending at the moment, especially in the industry.
Yeah,
There's a
we
lot
are.
Of, which is great for us going out for auditions and things like that. I mean, if being a person of color right now is very much
my last
it's an in thing.
My last movie audition was actually for a white guy. A racist white guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in a
I'm
black
confused.
movie called Steal Away, and I hate that term black movie, but it technically was. It was one of those movies about racism and about emancipation, and about how the culture deals with it up to that. And anyway, there was an English guy who wanted to buy the business, and they had him as like this. It says in the script, a steel blue-eyed Englishman with an accent. And they cast
steel blue-eyed.
Wow,
that's intense.
Like they're going for that
white person.
They're going for that look that like a lot of I'm gonna just say this, what a lot of like racist black people go for. You know what I mean? Like for some reason they go for that look.
Yeah.
It's like that's
that's the vibe.
Right. So the casting director was like, you know what, Kai, you have that vibe, and I was like, sounds good.
How interesting.
Right.
Okay.
So I was like the enemy of the black people. Multi-million-dollar budget. Like they knew what they were doing. They were just like, Kai, you can do it. And I went with it.
Wonder what you exuded for them to feel that way.
You know what it was? I feel like coming back to what we were talking about earlier with like just the black culture in general and looking at us and being like, what are you?
God, what are you?
I feel like we just kind of stand out just a tad. I've gotten it from my agent. You don't sound like you're from the streets. I was like, careful.
You do have to be so careful with that, and
because like. Do I have to be a hobo to be black? So they're synonymous. So being from the streets and being black are synonymous. And I was like, careful, because you're not black. So like we're getting into dangerous territory right now.
Right.
And like I'm living as a black person.
Exactly.
Like the living experience of me. So like I'm a proof that you don't have to be from the streets and be black. Like.
But it's interesting, especially in Hollywood. When I first moved here, I had braids.
Yeah.
And I always found it so funny when I would go into these agent meetings, and they would have these really long pauses of, well, your hair is just a little urban. And I'm like, why are we whispering? I'm not sick. I'm not dying.
People whisper the word black sometimes.
They do. They do whisper it as if it's this thing. I'm like, you can say I'm black. It's
black.
okay.
I'm like,
right. So the whole hair thing was interesting because they thought I wasn't as marketable, or now I was pigeonholing myself with having, as they say, ethnic hair. But now, if you look at commercials, all they want is afros, big hair,
dreads,
braids, dreads. They're like, please, the more black.
I was looking at what was it? It was the commercial for yesterday on the show. I noticed this, didn't say anything. Michelle and Marissa Gold were talking about this prestigious hotel in Century City. Oh my God, what is it called? Anyway, point is they were running the commercial as Marissa's talking about this like exquisite hotel. I'm talking like top of the line. And the commercial has an interracial couple, and the black guy has dreads with like blonde streaks. And I'm like,
what?
Whoa. I was like, are we in 2040? Like, that's a little much for me. I was like,
he wasn't ready for the dreads.
I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for the dreads. I was like, at least like a clean shaven black man, like the dreads.
Yeah.
The dreads in an interracial relationship, like we're just pushing it all the way, huh?
We're doing it. There's some interesting things going on in commercials these days.
There is.
As I get older, some of it's a lot for me when I'm thinking, okay, we're doing it.
We're like conservative black people apparently or something.
Sometimes I feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm like a conservative Democrat.
Are you a Democrat? Okay.
I don't know anymore.
I don't know either.
I don't know anymore. The way the world is going, I don't know. I'm not putting myself in a box yet.
What is with being Republican and being like, it's almost like because they both start with R, they just automatically go together. Like racist and Republican go together. Like it's not a thing. It
used to be a thing for me where I would immediately think that, but there's been some changes in my mentality on that for sure. Yeah.
The racists reside in Republican parties.
Sure.
However, the Republican Party's not racist. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah, I absolutely get what you're saying. But yeah, there's definitely been some thought processes that I've had recently where I was shocked at myself at how I've shifted, especially living in Los Angeles with some of the things going on here. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I have to make a move.
Might have to make a move. Might have to go down to Texas. They got it right down there.
Oh my God, that's where I'm from. Shout out to Texas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How long have you been in LA?
Oh my gosh, 100 years it feels like. Yeah.
So do you feel like you're still from Texas?
I'm still from Texas.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you have an accent?
When I go home, no. You know, I've never ever had an accent.
Were you born in Texas?
I was born in San Antonio,
really?
Texas. Yeah, and I speak very differently than my family, hence going back to taking your black card.
Yeah. Yeah, they took it.
Yeah, they've tried. I'm keeping it. Okay, thank you.
You can keep it if you like.
I'm keeping it.
It's yours.
Because I am African American.
That's correct.
I have an African American experience.
Correct.
And when people don't know me, they're going based off of this.
Correct.
Okay, so thank you.
Right.
But
it's like a business card.
It's like a business card, but definitely, and I'm sure you've experienced this, sort of being the token.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, and then what that whole experience is like.
All of high school.
All of high school.
All of high school.
You know, always being the token black person in whatever situation.
Yeah.
And on that note, I have a podcast coming out.
Kind of loved it.
Did you love it?
Loved it.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about that on my podcast that's coming out on Tuesday.
Okay.
It's actually called The Token and the Truth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Token and the Truth.
Token and the Truth.
Well,
yeah.
that's interesting you say that because being a token was like has its benefits, and to be honest, it's like people just don't see color. It's not like a joke. It's just like when you're the token black guy, people just aren't seeing color. I'm not the only like ethnic person. There's Asians. There's Hispanics. There's so on and so forth.
I don't know
Middle
how
Easterns.
I feel about the phrase "they don't see color." I feel like people on some level do.
Because I don't, so I can understand how some people don't. Like
I don't understand.
But if someone says it, like I can see someone apply that statement. But if someone says it, they for sure see it. Does that make sense? Like if someone's like, I don't see color, you're you do, but you're making it a point to let us know you
don't. Yeah, I get
you might
that
not.
sentiment.
You know?
I get that sentiment.
You know?
But I think it's probably because you've been so used to certain environments, you don't think about it until there's a situation, then you're reminded,
First time that ever happened to me, I was 17. I was in a banquet hall for something. I was 18, and I was in a banquet hall for I had gotten recruited to a college, and all the recruits in New Jersey went to this, not all the recruits, but it was some special private party for like a bunch of football players. However, I went, and for some reason, I was the only black person in this entire banquet hall. I didn't notice.
Kyle.
And I'm eating, I'm chilling, I'm talking, and then someone like brought it up, like another white person brought it up. They're like, bro, like, are you all right? I'm like,
are you all right?
I was like, my tummy's a little...
like you're about to get killed.
I was like, I had the chicken parm, so my tummy's a little off, but I'm okay, I guess. How are you? And he was like, no, I mean like in this room. And I was like, what do you mean in this room? Is it hot? Is the AC on? What's going on? And I remember it was funny to me
not even
how long it took me to register where he was, and he was like, you're the only black person in this room.
And I'm sure he whispered it, black person.
Yeah, you're the only black person in the room. I was like, well, should I run? I don't understand. Like, it's like,
should I run?
You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
I don't think anyone cares. I don't think it's a thing. I don't think anyone's really, like, it's, what was this, like 2010, 2009 at this point? Or something, 2005, whatever. Who cares?
I don't think I realized how parallel some of our experiences were until more recently.
Yeah.
Like because you
never know.
You never know. You really don't know.
And you assume they don't.
Yes, and I've also had experiences where I walk into a room where it's our people, and there's energy within that. And
they
so
hate me.
My experience in high school was the white people made fun of me, the black people made fun of me.
Really?
But the white people made fun of me less.
Okay.
So I kind of just...
What do they make fun of you for?
The way I spoke.
Really?
My attitude, being happy all the time.
Yeah.
And just sort of just not fitting in the box, right?
They're not giving you any place to go.
Right. So you just kind of have to go where you think
you're
supposed to go.
Yeah.
And then that sort of shapes your experiences. And people don't understand, especially like those formative years where you're just wanting to fit in all the time.
Yeah.
And so you go where it's not as loud, but then you still aren't always a part of. And I'm from Texas, so my mom always made me like, remember, don't forget that you are the black person.
Yeah. Especially in Texas.
Yeah.
My mother couldn't even, I don't even know if her blood pressure could handle us living in Texas. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh. Well, thankfully I was on a football team. So it was like when I was in high school, the white people were just like, come here, Kyle, we'll take care of you. We see what's happening here. Because like every time I would speak, I mean, the black people really picked on me. The groups of black dudes, they would really. In 8th grade, I think I cried a couple times because it was just
kidding?
like, swear to God, like
absolutely,
right, like 8th grade, 7th grade, I was just so ostracized that it was upsetting in a way I'd never felt.
Well, Kyle, I did did not know you had that same experience.
Yeah.
I had no idea. There was a girl in 7th grade. Her name was Shantae, and she wrote down a list of words I could say to sound more African American. And
wow.
I tried. I did.
Wait, so you accepted the
I did. Because I wasn't fitting in. So I thought to myself, well, I better figure this out. So we stood outside the school, and Shantae was like, "Hey, we about to da-da-da-da-da." And I was like, okay, Shantae, let's do it. And she's like, okay, this is not a good start. Let's do it. Let's do it. She's like, you gotta turn that down. And I was like, oh, okay.
And it's not an et, it's an it.
Yeah.
It's like you pass the I and you go even deeper.
Yes. And so within my family, as I've gotten older, because there's a little bit of like, oh Lord, here come Andrea talking like, hey guys.
Uppity follows me around like a tail on a dog, 100%.
Yeah. So I finally accepted this is what I sound like. Yeah. I don't know what the story is of why my voice is this way. It's just this way.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm really not sure. Like, go ahead. Go out and try to find where I got this from. You won't find it. It's not.
I don't know what to say to people.
I'm not trying to do this. Yeah. My mom and my dad were educated. Ivy League schools. I popped out afterwards. That's what I heard. This is what I heard in my household. This is what I emulate. And there were some people that, you know what? Let's go there.
Oh.
I had a friend, Steve Evans.
Oh, we call him Steve out.
He had the actual African American experience in America. I mean, his dad was non-existent, come in and go. I'm talking like got in the truck, left for months, come back with like 2 presents, see him for 2 days, leave again for 2 months. Like,
breaks my heart.
Mom was a drug addict. Okay, rest in peace, Steve. He passed. Really tough life. So he didn't have parents, but he still went to our high school because he stayed with his cousin in the area that was able to, you were able to still come to this high school.
Yeah.
And I knew his story because he was on the football team, and I had known him since he was like 10 or 11. And I remember thinking, I brought him into like my crowd of like friends. Mm-hmm. This kid ruled the school for like a whole year. I'm not kidding. Like everyone was just fascinated with him because like they actually got this like, what I was supposed to be is what Steve was. And
he was in the box.
He was in that.
So
he fit perfectly.
Sense.
He made sense to them, and they just like ate it up. But I mean, within 2 months, Steve was dating 2 of the hottest girls in the school at the same time. Okay,
Caucasian
he was
or
like
African American?
Caucasian. He was the absolute like. He was like the man in the school.
Yeah.
Starting in basketball, all this stuff. I just introduced him to like my crowd, and then like he started doing well in school. He started all this stuff, and it was just like. And I remember we were going out one night, and my mom had grounded me. I was like 16. And she was still grounding me until I got my license. And I was so pissed. And he looks at me and he goes, listen, be thankful. He's like, how you are is because of who you have.
I understand. Okay.
And you're just so lucky because it doesn't really happen for a lot of people. And he told me this at like 16. And he was like, he had to be grown because he didn't have parents to look after him. And I remember just the way it was like all the way past the spoiledness or like the, oh, look, she thinks she's so good, too good, whatever, to the person that's actually dealing with something in this country that's not helping them. And he was just so supportive. Yeah. Because at least somebody was getting the right treatment that they thought they deserved. And he was like, run with it. He was like, use it. Don't ever like push that away from yourself.
And I did for so long. And that's one of the things we'll be talking about on my podcast, The Token of the Truth, sort of interracial dating, the African American experience. I'll be doing it with my co-host Freddie B. Okay. We actually met on Exile, which is a reality show we did on WeTV. Yeah. And Freddie's black, Freddie's black. And he was like one of the black men that I've dated in my life. Okay. And he met me and he was like, oh. Okay. Is this what we do? And I'm like, hi, Andrea. How are you? They're like, oh, okay, girl.
The smile, the happiness, it's great.
But it's so crazy that if you don't fit into that box, then people don't always know what to do with you. They just don't.
They do the wrong thing. They throw you to the wrong side.
Yeah. But this is a great segue to talk about the show that I'll be on tonight. Unown. Yes. It's called All the Single Ladies. Okay. And so it's about the African American experience as a woman. Most of the women I believe are in Los Angeles. Okay. And we talk about dating, all of the trials and tribulations of that. Yeah. I think there's about 10 episodes, I believe. I'm on episode 6, which will be on tonight at 6 p.m.
Shout out, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. And my episode is called Bad Boys. Okay. Which is so funny.
You don't date bad boys. Do you?
Do I date bad boys?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
You have? Okay.
I mean, bad can
Can't see
mean
it.
a lot of things. I mean,
Sure.
there was definitely someone in college that I dated that was not great.
Yeah.
But then there's also just the toxicity of relationships too, which is like a whole thing.
That was not great.
That was
Hilarious.
not great. But yeah, so it's called All the Single Ladies. It's
Okay.
on OWN.
Okay.
I'm super excited about it. And
awesome.
we have a clip from the show that
Let's check it out.
Yeah, so before we show the clip,
Okay.
it's about interracial dating, this particular clip.
I have some stuff
Yeah.
I want to ask you afterwards.
And so I'm very excited about that.
Awesome.
Let me see. Do I pull it up here? The one I have on here isn't the interracial dating one. Let's see. I think Andy had one. Maybe
see.
this is the other clip.
Just click on this one.
No, that's not the one. It was the one Michelle sent.
Video there?
The one you had before.
This isn't
It's
it?
the same video. Press
No, this is the one I
one I
sent.
have, yeah.
Okay.
No, you played the other.
Oh, here we go. It's something.
Well, this isn't the one for the interracial dating.
Okay.
This is
Which one
another
is this?
This one is about the bad boy I dated.
Okay.
I don't know if there's volume.
Okay, that's a
on
nice
it.
set.
Yeah, it was really great.
I love recessed lighting.
Yeah, it's so good. So yeah, it'll be premiering tonight on
That's
OWN.
awesome.
Yeah, and this is me talking about the Paul Walker lookalike that I dated for a while.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Can they hear us now? Are we on? Okay, great. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, so this is me talking about Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And we have to change names. We can't say
Oh,
the real
sure,
names,
sure,
right? Because
sure.
some of my friends have seen some of the clips and they're like, who's so and so?
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
well, we have to change the names.
Right.
But yeah, dated this guy. Terrible for me. He was just
Really?
yes, he was a walking red flag.
Okay.
Walking red flag.
Why?
And I'm pretty sure he was a drug dealer. I'm pretty sure.
Hilarious.
I'm pretty
You're pretty sure he was 100% a drug dealer.
Because you know me and my like, oh hey guys.
On top of
and
the fact that
all
they
these
always hide
people
it.
would come in and out of his dorm, and I just was like, wow, you have a lot of friends. That's kind
Mr.
of
Socialite.
Mr. Socialite.
Amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so
College was a different time.
it was a different time. And it's so funny, I almost just said his real name, but I will not do that to you.
Yep.
But I dated him off and on for like 2 years, and he was pretty intense.
Was he?
Pretty intense, yeah.
Was he? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
just terrible, didn't do anything, minimal effort, and
Okay.
I was like, just in love.
In love.
In love.
That's awesome because he was new. He was like
But I went from like a really, really a good guy, excuse me,
That's
really,
what
really
happens.
great guy.
That's what happens.
And I felt like I needed the experience.
of the bad guy.
And man,
You got it.
Did he fulfill it? He's
Yeah?
like, are you on a bad guy? Oh, okay. Well, you got it. You got
I love it.
Drea.
I love
Yeah.
it. You know, some girls come to me looking for a bad guy. They get very disappointed.
Oh, do you think they go to you looking for a bad guy?
In college, they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you exude those vibes?
Well, if you play for a football team, they're
Yeah.
just assuming like, hey, you're just like, you know.
Oh, right. That's true.
And then I open my mouth and they're like,
Oh,
huh.
never mind.
Yeah. They're like, huh.
I mean, yes, and the good guy I dated was a football guy, but he was like a good
dude.
solid, and he
great.
still is such a great guy.
love me some good people, some good-hearted people.
He was great.
Love that.
So, and then I also just recently did an interview for my hometown newspaper,
Oh,
which
nice.
I'm really excited about. So I'll pull up that here. Yeah, so I'm so excited about it. They
awesome.
put me down as Drea Newell, but like that's my actual full name.
Okay.
Not many people know that. All my high school friends.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's Andrea Newell, actually.
Okay. How do you
Renee's
spell
my
that?
middle name.
How do you spell Newell?
Newell. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. It's coming
Nice.
out tonight, 6 p.m. on OWN.
On OWN.
Check it out. Yeah. I mean, it was such a great. It
Congratulations.
was basically just like an open therapy session.
Yeah,
And
sounds
you
like
just
it.
forget that the cameras are there. I probably said a lot of vulnerable things that you just black out kind of.
Yeah.
And then after the interview, I was like, wait, could
Did I give too much?
Did you, wait, huh? And she's like, girl, it's over.
We got it all. It's on tape. You're
I
done.
know, and all
That's
the
awesome.
clips they've used from the show
Yeah.
have been these really intense things.
Ooh.
I'll have to find the interracial
Good.
clip.
My
but
gosh. It's good I'm not on that show because I like spill beans. If you get me going,
Kyle, if you get you going, you're a Pisces. You guys
yeah.
are
If you get me going, I'm like, it's who knows what I'll
Who knows what you're gonna say?
Give
You
out.
Pisces are Pisces and Cancers. You guys are chatterboxes.
Chatterboxes. I can go for a while, but also
like you and Michelle. Jesus.
I know, but because I'm an only child, I can like shut it down very quickly, and like I'll be just like silent.
Right.
I'm one or the other. I'm 0 or 100. I'm nowhere in between.
That's very true about you, the Pisces. That's actually very true.
Like
I've
nowhere in between.
That. Yeah.
Like 0, sure. Like please leave me alone. I need silence, or let's fill the air with noise for 3 hours.
Right. But back to what we were talking about with interracial dating. So that is something that I jump into on the show, and you know,
got a lot of white friends. Got a lot of white friends that are guys.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I think just about every single one of them, and this is great because like I'm a black guy and I'm like one of their only black friends. So
well, it's always like that. Yeah.
It's always like that. I don't know what's going on there, but
they'll always. Friend. I'm not racist.
Yeah. I'm like the guy they refer to when you meet someone white and they go, "I have a black friend." It's probably me. So they'll always bring me like the dating profile and be like, "Bro, look," and I'm like, "They're like, isn't she hot?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's hot. She's black."
Oh, okay.
But they want to show me that like they're going there.
I'm
like,
down.
Yo, bro, I'm dipping in the chocolate, and I'm like, bro, listen, be careful, right? Just be careful, right?
Oh my gosh, Kyle.
It's a different set of rules. If they're anything like my mother, or if they're anything like some of the other black women I've met, I don't think this is gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. Like, if you do end up in bed with her, just know you're dating her now. Like, you're dating her now. There's no questions. She's probably got an uncle somewhere that's gonna let you know that you're dating her.
Oh my God, Kyle, right? This is hilarious.
Is it not true? Am I lying?
I will say I've dated some Caucasian men in my life, a few, and they've definitely had conversations with me where they're saying, "Wow, this is different," and I'm like, "Yeah,
100%."
There's a lot of, "Oh, I'm not doing that."
Yeah. There's a lot of, "I'm not doing that."
Don't touch my hair. Like that.
Right.
This is a thing.
Right.
There's a lot of like
There's
rules.
a lot of there's you know, as every culture goes, they have different wants and needs for each culture, right? You know, I've never dated an Asian woman.
There's definitely different rules, really.
Never dated an Asian woman.
So I'm sure there's an Asian guy in college.
I'm sure there's like different rules.
I mean, yeah, I suppose so.
I hear there's less rules.
With Asian women?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I hear that from a lot of men.
Interesting.
Yeah,
well, there's some rules if you're dating Dre or Renee. I'll tell you that. There's a couple rules that we need to, do. But I'm always like clear about that, and most of my experience has been interracially. So at this point, I don't know, just forever.
Okay.
Forever.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't really know anything else, to be honest with you.
Dated 2 black women.
I've dated 2 black men.
Shout out to America, okay?
Kyle,
it's not possible.
So parallel. This kind of blows my mind a little bit.
It's great. It's exactly what February needed.
This is what February needed. This day was meant to happen.
Have you seen
Michelle,
You People?
We do miss you.
Have you seen You People with Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill?
Yes.
Thoughts? Cringe for me. Couldn't get through it.
You couldn't get through it?
I love it. Now, that's why I have deep questions about it.
Let's see.
I love that movie, but at the same time, it was just so cringe. I was like, the energy here is throwing me off.
Up there?
Let me see if it'll come up. You People? With Eddie Murphy. What did you think of Eddie Murphy's performance?
I thought it was okay. So, love Eddie Murphy, but the character that he was playing
Love Eddie Murphy.
Right, love Eddie Murphy, but the character that he was playing was I just don't think it's appropriate. Like, technically, he's racist.
Yes.
Like that shouldn't fly on any scale with anyone.
Right.
The way that they were acting. So, I just don't, I'm thinking like an American, not just like one culture, and on every single side, we cannot have that. On every side, we just can't have that. Well,
I think that there's a double standard, right? And so, in some ways, it works, and then in other ways, I'm like, okay, this is just wrong.
Yeah.
Only thing I didn't appreciate about his performance was that he was angry the entire time. time.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy is such a funny actor. He's so talented. I just wanted to see him in a different light. And I wasn't loving the chemistry between Jonah Hill and Lauren London. They barely were physical in a real way.
I loved them.
I didn't love. I like them.
I cried when he proposed.
You cried?
Literally cried.
This little Pisces over here.
Yeah.
I love it.
I cried.
I cannot with you.
Because I might even cry again. Like he's so emotional, and he's like this little adorable fat man, right? And he's trying to propose to this woman, and
I cannot.
He's doing this, and by accident he pulls the ring out while he's talking, and I thought that is the most original.
You cried?
Yeah. I was like, that is the most original, natural, like realistic, but artistic scene for a proposal I've ever seen. Yeah. Like, cause I don't know. I think that's so realistic. Like, if a guy was like really nervous about talking to a girl, he would do that, and he wouldn't notice he was holding the ring. But when she sees it, I think that was also a very beautiful response. Where she was like, "Just do it now. Do it now."
I loved her reaction.
Oh, her reaction was gorgeous, and her saying yes was just like.
I just wanted to see them more physical, and I felt like there was like a distance between them.
See, I didn't think it was believable. If they got very physical, I'd be like...
Not very physical, but just a little bit more like hugs. It just felt even when she was going to work in one scene, she like kisses him on the cheek. And then the speed at which they went through everything was so fast.
It was very fast.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden they're just like, if you haven't seen it, apologies. But they're just like in a house.
They're in they're just like living together.
Wait, what?
But it was a little cute montage though.
Yeah, it was
the matching sneakers.
Montage. Oh, I love the sneakers. And then when they broke up and then she found the sneakers at the end.
Oh, I didn't finish it. I don't care.
Okay. Oh wait, you didn't get through the. Oh.
No, I stopped before the bachelor party.
Because the end is
it's
cute.
100%.
You gotta get through it. It was good.
I was just like, I also was like, why are they making? I love the two parents for Jonah Hill. I thought that was I cried then.
My God.
When she cried that he was having a baby, I cried.
When David Duchovny singing Ordinary People.
I lost it.
I lost my mind.
Yes.
We're ordinary people. Am I right? Yeah. I was like, I'm done. And then what's her name? What's the side?
Julie
Dreyfus?
Dreyfus, yes.
When
Julie
she's
Dreyfus.
singing to her.
Yes. In the car. Isn't it amazing?
That is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen.
Again, like
loved it.
That was fine, but when we get to the Eddie Murphy stuff, it just kind of like jarred me because like he's so angry, he's so racist. I was like, and it's Eddie Murphy, so I'm like, well, can we just back up just a little bit? I want to be able to stomach this still.
Right? Yeah.
You know
I mean, I see what you're saying, and I get what they were trying to do. I just felt like, and you haven't seen the end. I just wanted to see more layers to him because he stays like that. Because you can guess the ending, right?
Yeah, right.
You know what happens in the end. It's a romantic comedy. They make up. It is what it is.
But you know who the writers are?
Who?
It's the writers from Blackish.
Oh.
Right. So a lot of Republicans are coming after the writer right now because they're like the similarities of like the white people in Blackish and you people are very oblivious, happy, and like kind of goofy.
Oh, the white people.
Yeah, they make the white people like very oblivious and goofy, and then they make the black people very like angry and like and like and like mouthy, and it's the same thing, and it's like that, but that's not going to solve anything.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like
I didn't think about it like that, but okay.
They were like overly goofy.
I know, but they were so funny.
It was so funny. It was, and you're making a comedy, so like who's?
People.
Oh my God.
I mean,
no, every time he used to say he's Exhibit head braids. Every time he used to say Exhibit head braids, I would lose it because it's like
okay,
yeah,
cool.
But then it got cringy when Julie Dreyfus was like, the cops are so messed up because that actually happens, and I was like, okay, it went from a comedy to like a dark place for me because this actually happens a lot.
I know.
When people are trying to level with you, they bring that up. I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with it.
Okay.
It is an issue.
Well, okay. This may be the Drea Kyle battle of the day because we always have one.
I was wondering where it was going to come up.
It comes up at some point. If I go out to a club and I'm with my Caucasian friends and we're out dancing, I will find that sometimes Caucasian women will dance at me to show me that they can dance. Or if there's, and I'm like, girl,
nothing wrong with that.
I'm just doing my thing. You do your thing.
But it's nice to be associated with good dancing.
Okay, Kyle, I know where you're going with this, but sometimes to me in those experiences, it's like, hey, girl, you black, just so you don't forget.
But like,
I'm like, did she just robot? Like, what the hell? Did she just do the snake at me?
Mr. Roboto.
Or like if the Dougie comes on, they're like, Drea?
Oh, yeah,
girl. And I'm
no,
like,
that is true.
I don't know what.
Every time Dougie comes on, a lot of people come up to me like, yo, teach me how to Dougie. I'm like, I didn't learn it myself.
Or the inflections change. Girl. And I'm like,
ooh.
Why are we doing that?
That really.
Why are we doing that?
That one does.
You know
I would have appreciated.
saying,
I would have
like,
appreciated some of that in you people, but like you can't.
Right.
But I would have appreciated some of it. Not just some. It's weird.
I appreciated her sentiment.
It's not just
the dry fest.
I wouldn't say just like one culture does that. I'd say like even like the black culture sometimes will talk to me like that, and I know they don't even talk like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like they're going more.
Like as if my inflection would change about what's up, Kyle?
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh, hey girl. And
Drea,
it's like Drea, you don't talk like that. I don't talk like that. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. We don't have to go there. We don't have to. Who else is here? Who's watching? We don't have to do it.
I will say my inflection changes a little bit when I go home.
I mean, I came back from London calling things the loo. I mean, it just changes.
I will go to London.
Bloke. It's like, so like we change, you know?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm in the room full of black people. I might come out sounding a little bit more rapperish after a few hours. Who knows? Who knows? It happens.
Kyle!
It happens.
You're black, you can say it.
You can say it all.
Okay, so interracial dating, Meghan Markle and Harry.
Where's our battle, by the way? Were we going to have a battle? Did we miss it?
Oh, did we miss our battle?
Yeah, where was it?
Oh, okay.
Before here's one Kyle. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Ready for this?
What?
Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
Okay.
What about her?
She has had a documentary come out recently.
Yeah.
And in it, she explains how tough it was for her. Because she used to go on talk shows and used to talk about her boobs. And then Michelle was upset with Pamela because they were like, how dare they talk about her boobs? And I was like, how do you think she got on the talk show in the first place? And that's where we kind of like separated.
Did you and Michelle have a battle?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, 20 minutes.
Dang, I missed that.
20
What?
minutes. It went on for 20
Pam's
minutes.
boobs?
Then Marissa Gold comes on, agrees with me. It went even deeper, right? Oh.
Okay.
Whole studio was on fire.
Okay.
How do we feel?
You're basically saying that Pamela Anderson is where she is because of her boobs?
No, I'm saying that she can't complain about people talking about her boobs because that's what got her to any sort of relevancy in the first place.
Okay, Michelle, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna have to agree with Kyle and Marissa. I mean, and I love me some Pam.
Love me
in
some
that
Pam.
period that she's in, I mean, that's her whole thing.
If she gave a monologue like Meryl Streep, I would say differently.
And also,
but she didn't.
Then don't get the boobs and don't do this vibe.
Correct.
If that's not, because that's what you are
We're playing.
presenting.
What are you playing dumb for? Like, oh my God, they're talking about my boobs. It's like, what did you present to us?
I understand her frustration, right? At some point, she
Then
wants to
don't
do something else.
Run
but it's
down
like,
the beach with a 4K camera staring at your chest.
That's true.
We open up the show with your rack just bouncing down the sunset line.
And you're speaking from and being realistic, yeah.
That's what she did. I didn't choose it.
I didn't choose it. You're like, I'm just there visually watching. I don't know.
Channel 5, 7 p.m. There's boobs down the
Okay,
television.
that's fair. That's
what she signed up for.
Yeah, I mean.
Now you want to
dang
complain about it?
I wanted to agree with you, Michelle.
I did too.
I did.
But you know what? I come back to stars. Whenever stars like Tobey Maguire or like Jonah Hill, when they complain about paparazzi, Kanye West, you complain about paparazzi. What do you think you got into?
You know, that I will have to agree with you. I do
Same
think
thing
there
as
should
Pamela.
be some respect for children. I do think that when
100%.
you are interfering with soccer games and showing up at schools, I think that's where the line needs to be, because these kids didn't choose that, their parents did. However, when people like Kanye and Kim and they get upset, Kim, she doesn't really get that upset because she obviously wants them to do that, but Kanye, I'm like,
Kanye threw someone's phone last week.
I saw the video.
I was like, my dude.
I saw the video.
But everyone's acting all shocked. I'm like, bro, Kanye's told you he was this person for 10 years. If I saw Kanye as a black man and I'm holding the phone and he walks up to me, I'm putting the phone away.
Putting the phone down.
Putting the phone down.
Did you watch his documentary on Netflix?
Loved it.
Loved
Yeezus.
it.
It's incredible.
And the thing about Kanye.
Look. If we rewind just a little bit, look at this. When her name appears, her face isn't even in the shot yet. And then they hang on her face for like half a second. Back to the boobs.
Okay.
Gregory Allen Williams? We don't know who that is. Why? He doesn't have boobs. Never heard about that man in my life.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. That is fair. That is fair.
You go ahead,
Pam. And it's in such a time too where, you know, not that sexuality still isn't a thing, but this is when it was really.
Look.
She wanted them to talk about her inner soul and her spirituality. I mean,
I gotta watch Baywatch more often.
She's so beautiful.
100% gotta watch.
I love Pamela Anderson.
That's the fourth cut of her running.
She's so beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and she got to where she got because of how she looks. I mean,
whatever producer was just like, listen, what we need to see is more boobs running.
And did you watch Pam and Tommy on Hulu?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. And then that where she wants to get more lines and they won't give her more lines, and then they're just like,
that's
Pam,
the world. That's the world.
Thing. And I get it. You get your foot in the door, and then you want to sort of change those things. But it's like, girl, it's a little, if you're gonna, you got to change your hair. You got to like wear a turtleneck.
Well,
you got to just start all over then.
Listen, the universe has a balance to everything, and you know what? We can watch you like on Baywatch for as long as we want. If we want to listen to you speak, you have to get better at speaking.
It's so interesting to me. This is a great point, and I want to talk about this on my podcast, Token of the Truth.
Like, no one's asking Meryl Streep to get in a bathing suit because we want to hear her speak. It depends on what you're good at. If you're not a good actress, but you still have a TV show, you know, you don't get to just like jump on the next train as well. You got here one way.
There's this realistic point to what you're saying, and there's also, I get it, there's a human point for her where she's like, I want to be seen as something different, but she's already been put in this box, and she would have to fight so hard to be taken out of it, but because that's the way she got in. So,
yeah. Like, we don't see Joey Tribbiani. She's gorgeous. We don't see Joey Tribbiani.
This is where it starts to maybe take a little turn. We're taking a little turn.
I was giving her a benefit of the doubt. You know, we're
taking a turn.
But she's like, what? How old is she in this picture? What?
I don't know.
55? 50. She's
okay,
50.
Fine. Take it, Pam.
That's a great 50.
That's a great. How old is Pam now? I wonder.
That's a great 50.
That is a great 50. That makes me excited to turn 50.
Right?
She's 54 now?
She's 54.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't that long ago.
Fantastic.
She looks amazing. She really does. But on the same realm of celebrity news, Michelle and Harry, I want to talk about
Let's get there.
Let's get to Michelle and Harry.
Excuse me. Yep.
I am obsessed.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them. Are you giving, you don't like Michelle and Harry?
I could care less.
You could care less about Michelle and Harry?
Yeah.
Oh, I die for them.
But they don't do anything.
Excuse me?
What do they do?
They don't do anything.
What's Harry do?
He's a prince, and he's amazing, and I love him.
What does he do?
Now, he lives in Montecito.
But we still haven't gotten to what he does.
What does he have to do other than just be Harry?
Just wondering, what does he do?
He left the monarchy to be with Meghan. And I think that's so beautiful.
Again, what does he do?
I don't know what Harry does, okay? These are questions that are not important to me, all right?
What does Meghan do?
She was an actress.
She was for a season.
She couldn't be an actress anymore. A season. That's not fair.
Wasn't it a season?
She was also on Deal or No Deal.
The reality show?
The open suitcases.
To open the suitcases.
Whatever. My point is, she's an actress and she's amazing.
Is she still an actress? Is she working?
Doesn't matter. They work with Netflix. They got a $100 million contract to make shows. And
they got 100 mil?
100 mil.
To do what?
Be Meghan and Harry and produce shows.
What do they know about making shows?
Kyle, why is everyone so against
You
them?
asked me.
Yes, look at them. Oh my God, I die. First of all, think about everything she endured trying to get into this institution.
Yeah, poor Meghan. She looks really bad right there.
Oh my God, she's so
amazing. Like she's struggling.
I love them. I love them. I love love.
She's like, life's really hard on them.
You know what? I don't appreciate that. This is where we're going to battle because it is not easy doing what she did.
Really?
Marrying No, they attacked her.
What's your dream come true? Marrying a prince?
No, I'm just. No, I don't want to marry a prince.
When you grew up, didn't every girl want to marry a prince?
That.
You didn't want to marry a prince?
I didn't want to marry a prince.
Why?
Because I was.
So if a prince came up to you, you'd be like, no, thank you.
I'm not saying no. You just said it was my dream. It wasn't my dream.
Okay. But would it be your dream if a prince did come up to you?
How would it be my dream if it's not my dream? It's not my dream.
If it, like, for instance,
did I have dreams about William? Sometimes. I'm obsessed. I love them. I watched all the weddings and cried.
They had multiple weddings?
Well, I'm saying William and Kate, Meghan and Harry died.
Okay.
Oh, obsessed.
So getting back to it, think about
the struggle.
Meghan and Harry.
Interracial dating.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Interracial dating.
The relation, understanding what they're going through.
They're going through a lot.
Yes, they're going through a lot.
They had to switch countries because it was too tough on them. So they had to switch countries. They had to go be rich in another country.
I cannot believe this. I thought you might take my side.
Super tough.
I thought you might. She had to go through it. Think of all the stuff that was happening in the newspapers. They were attacking her. The family wasn't defending her. Right. She was suicidal. Right. Megan, I am here for you, girl.
For sure, Megan. It looks super hard.
This blows my mind.
What? So what? What?
And everyone blames it on her.
Show me her hanging from a rock from a cliff, holding Harry. I'll be like, yeah, that looks difficult. I just saw the woman in a carriage in a $20,000 gown being followed by horses. I didn't even know we had horses anymore.
Did you watch the documentary?
No.
Okay, look at them.
100,000. Sorry, excuse me. It's not 20. $100,000 gown. And the bottom ticker here, where we're trying to figure out if it's hard for them. Harry offered a lot of money to commentate coronation. Okay, there she is smiling in a $100,000 gown.
Okay,
I'm just looking for the hardship.
Oh, here we go every time.
She looks happy. She's really happy. What is that, 100,000?
You're lucky we are on live TV
100,000?
right now because...
Is Harry smiling also? Can't say. He's covered by a huge, expensive white.
Okay.
Looks pretty happy.
First of all,
those white gloves.
They have gone through so much stuff.
The general.
He's a Virgo. Love him.
They look really...
Watch this documentary and you will understand what they were going through.
They look really beat up
all the stuff that they had to deal with because she's black, half black.
Right.
All the people coming at her.
I'm sure a ton of people came at her.
Yes, and the baby, poor Archie, come on. And
you know how much support that they have, though? They have a lot of support.
I'm just going to continue taking big, deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
Okay.
Now,
think about Diana. This is why.
Princess Diana?
Yes. That's
what about
why
Princess Diana?
She couldn't handle it. She talked about it. Have you never seen the interviews?
Wait, Princess Diana? My Princess Diana?
Your Princess Diana.
I love her. I love her.
Now you love Princess Diana?
She's a martyr. That's a whole different story. Harry and Miss Markle don't belong in the same conversation as Princess Diana.
First of all, that's her mother-in-law.
Okay, first of all, by default. She's not around anymore.
Andy.
She's not around anymore.
Bring her up.
She died for our sins.
She died for our
Princess Diana. Have you heard her?
This man.
Have you heard her interviews?
Are you out of your mind?
She came out against the elites.
I've watched all of her, and so did Megan.
And died like a month later. Megan has to. Megan would. She wasn't born into royalty. She wasn't.
Okay, Kyle.
She's an actress from America, from a TV sitcom.
That you are downplaying Megan. Our people during Black History Month.
I'm not downplaying.
This is like.
I'm not downplaying. I'm just saying, like, I don't think we should look to her to solve all of our hardships. Because, like, what did she experience that was hard?
Are you being attacked by the media like that is not easy.
For her, no, it's not easy at all.
No,
for sure.
People calling you monkey and all kinds of things, attacking your children.
I didn't call monkey. I didn't have a carriage to hop in afterwards.
First of all, that happened.
Actually, someone told me they were going to kill me in Florida once. I was only 15 years old.
I
couldn't run to a prince.
What do you mean run to a prince? She was already with the prince.
Harry, save me.
Look at them. Okay.
Yeah,
talk about
buddy.
This
Here we
situation.
go. There's my girl.
Is that your guy?
You ever see her win a race?
Yes, I saw her run that race.
Awesome.
I love Diana. She's the best.
She didn't give it. Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
With a perfect wave.
I have a cute little photo outside Buckingham Palace.
Is that his guy?
Is that your guy?
That's not my guy.
That's not your guy? Okay. I mean, talk about some scandal.
Yeah.
With what's her name? What's the woman's name he cheated with? Camilla.
Who cheated with Camilla? Him?
Okay, you don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
He knows that.
I don't know that.
You must know that.
What?
That's the whole reason they broke up.
Really?
What planet are you on?
I just always saw her single because in my head, we were getting married.
Oh, you like Diana like that?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's all making
She had that
sense.
90s short thing going on.
Did you like that, the short hair?
Well, that's what I grew up on. When I was like 6 or 7, that's what all women had, was that like that early 90s look.
Okay.
Is where I started like hitting puberty.
Interesting.
And Princess Diana was like the royalty who was
love her.
Yeah, you could tell she would like love me.
I cry every time I watch any of her interviews.
If she was still alive, I'd definitely I'd try. I try to get on Suits.
How old would?
She'd be like 60. It'd be fine.
Suits are doing.
Okay, shout out to
The show Suits. That's what Meghan Markle was on. That's how she got into the royal family.
That's not how she got into the royal family.
That's where he saw her.
First of all, that's not true.
That's where he saw her.
This is insane. This guy knows nothing.
That's how Harry found her, no?
Kyle, that is not how Harry found her, okay?
How'd he find her?
First of all, one of his friends was like, oh, I know this girl that you should probably meet. Watch the documentary, number one, so you would know these things. No,
I think that's a lie. Who's the friend? What's the name of the friend?
You don't even know anything about the royal family,
What's
Kyle.
the name of the friend?
They don't talk about the name of the friend because they don't talk to her anymore. They don't like her anymore.
Convenient.
Oh my gosh.
I think Harry was watching Suits because that's the kind of show I think a prince would watch. Number one.
Suits
Saw
is the
himself
kind of show
a black chick hooking up with other powerful white men.
Having a mental breakdown right now. We're watching it live on TV.
We can. There'll be more. There'll be more of them. So if you miss this one, there'll be plenty more.
You're not even making sense anymore.
How am I not making sense?
What are you talking about?
Wouldn't a prince watch Suits?
No, they were connected through a friend.
Look at this. Look at this. Kind of looks like him.
No. Okay, no, no. Look at her. She's so beautiful. I will say I understand why people don't always love her because she's a little like detached.
From what?
She's on, but in the same vein of Kanye West, she's on all the time. She's like, hi, I'm Meghan Markle.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
You know, and Kanye's been crazy since crazy's been crazy.
Yeah, we all know that.
Meghan is like that. Like if you watch her, even when she was like a little girl, she's on and like presenting. And when she speaks in the documentary, there's a couple moments where I thought, okay, Meghan, I see why people don't like you. But I still like her and I still love Harry and I love
for what she represents.
I just love that no matter what, he said, I want to be with you and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And people can call him a simp, which is so ridiculous.
Why would he be a simp?
Thank you.
He loves who he loves.
Why would he be a simp?
Why would he be a simp?
This whole term simping is
it's a thing.
So annoying to me.
It's a thing.
What is simping to you?
Simping is a guy or a girl coming after.
I know, I think I've been a simp a time or two.
Exactly. Like you see someone and you're just like, have it all. And you don't even know them. You're just like, you just give them everything.
Simping is when you don't know them and you give it all.
Yes.
And unrequited love, right? When they're not.
No, I think when you know them, I think that there's been some miscommunication and also maybe some pullback from the other person. I wouldn't call that a simp. I'd call that like a just unfortunate situation.
But if they're not reciprocating your advances and you continue, is that simping?
I think simp stands for simpleton, which is like, and I would expect a simpleton to do something like, I love you so much, I want to be with you, all this stuff to somebody they don't know. That's being a simpleton. Like you haven't even, you're being a simp. You're thinking in simple terms. And that's not love. Love is extremely complicated. So like you can't just like throw all these love terminologies and love phrases at somebody who doesn't even know you. You don't even know what they sound like when they laugh. If you don't know her middle name, you can't love her.
Great point.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what makes her laugh or how she sounds when she laughs. You just know what she looks like in a 2D picture and you're over here professing love. That's a simpleton move.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And women don't like it. So like on top of it, like I won't lie to you, like I've in my past, way in my past, I've DM'd people and they responded.
Okay.
And we've gone on dates.
Wow.
But there's other people
exclusive.
But there's other people but it was like so exciting because they were like I would ignore this. You know what I mean? But I won't.
Right.
Usually the objective is usually to ignore these weird messages like, hey, you're beautiful, want to go out to get a drink. Right? But then they're like, you know what? Let's do it. And they're like all excited because usually it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way.
No, not. It's like there's an exception here and there, but it's not the rule.
Right.
I always find that interesting that people do that they just slide in someone's DM. I have a friend who's now married from that experience.
Awesome.
And to me, I felt like it was sort of maybe like a numbers game that the guy just kept doing it, and then somebody responded, and then he moved here very quickly, and now they're married.
But like everything's a numbers game.
What do you mean everything's a numbers game?
Like when you first start dating someone, do you think they're not looking for anybody else? They're looking for a number of people.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
On Hinge, you meet someone on Hinge, you get married, they were talking to other people.
Right.
Right? DM, same thing.
Yeah, but and I've heard that Instagram is like the new dating app. Like it is like a dating app. Like you can just reach out to anybody.
I think why you term it differently than all the other examples I just gave is because it's a simp move. Like Hinge is different
going
than
to
a
someone's
DM.
is a simp move?
It's a simp move.
Oh.
You don't know them.
I'm learning something today.
You don't know them. You don't know anything about them. You guys haven't
I see.
she hasn't said, hey, let's talk.
Yeah, but if you're just shooting your shot, why is it a simp move?
Very
if
simp.
she doesn't respond and you keep sending messages, that to me
Now you're
is a
simping.
simp. Now you're simping. But if
It
you
depends
just
on what
throw
you
the
say.
line out and you're like,
Well, throwing the line out depends on how you throw that line. If you got some good bait tackle on it, then it's not a simp. But if you're just like hoping and praying, like, hey, beautiful picture, that's a simp move. But if you have something specific to say, like, hey, notice your picture here. I know that photographer. He shot you so well. He didn't shoot me well. It's probably because you're beautiful. That's not a simp move. There was some detail.
but what
there
if
was
she
some
does
thought.
respond to beautiful picture? I have a thought on this because the same two men
You can respond to a
can
simp.
say the same thing, and one guy's a creep,
100%.
and one guy's like, "Ooh, that was weird, but he's hot."
Exactly. We had the conversation last time.
Yes.
Yeah, and then again,
Yes.
nothing wrong with responding to simping. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to like
I don't mind a simp.
detach from every simp.
don't mind it.
If simping can be adorable if the guy's
if I'm
good looking to you.
interested. If
Right.
I'm interested, you can simp away.
100%. I would say if you.
I don't like the term though. I feel like Andrew Tate made this term, and I know I hate to come back to him, but
Listen,
we
if the
will.
only person calling you good looking is your mother, don't DM anyone.
What? I've
Just saying.
never heard that before in my life.
If you don't have the physical aesthetic going on, maybe try some more new moves to get her to
Dating
get
tips
to
with Kyle.
get her to get to know you. I'm serious. Not everyone thinks I'm good looking. I gotta put some extra work in.
Kyle, get out of here.
What?
Look
What?
at him.
No?
Self-deprecating. Not everybody thinks I'm good looking.
I'm serious. It's not
As he
everyone.
like brutes into the camera.
Not everyone.
Not everyone. Exactly. I don't know. This whole thing with dating, and I don't know. I talk about this on All the Single Ladies.
I gotta say, during Black History Month, I love when white guys date black girls.
You love when white guys date black girls
I
during
love
Black
it, and
History
there's
Month?
probably like some black Muslims right now looking for my address to shoot me. But like I'm telling you,
For sure.
I love interracial dating. I love it. It's about the mixture. It's not about like.
Not everybody's about the mixture, Kyle. Not everybody's about that life.
You know what? Time isn't on their side, so that's that.
I agree.
Like complain all you want, quote the Kabbalah all you want. Okay, time is not on your side. Maybe not this generation, but your granddaughter's gonna piss you off. Okay.
At some point.
At some point, one of your lineages is going to piss you off. It may not even be.
It may not
God
be
forbid.
African American.
It might not even be African American to white. It might be African American to Asian. Now you really got some issues, huh?
No.
You weren't even
I feel like
prepared for
people
that
don't
one.
I don't think people think
I had a
that is a
friend.
big of a deal.
I've never seen. Everyone's like black men love Asian women. I rarely see
have heard that.
I rarely see a mixed child that's half black, half Asian.
What?
Though. You know a lot of half black,
know
half
a few
Asian children.
locations.
Children?
Yeah.
Tiger Woods Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Woods.
Now name another one.
Kamora Lee Simmons.
Who?
Isn't Kamora Lee Simmons? Isn't she half Asian, half white or something? Or half black?
Half black, half Asian.
Yeah, Kamora Lee Simmons. I think she is. She's
Isn't John Legend's? Isn't John Legend's wife also half black,
We're
half
just
Asian?
ordinary people.
Huh?
Or is it nobody does it?
I really didn't think anyone did it, but now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are
They're everywhere.
Kyle. Yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing.
Okay.
That's for sure.
I retract. I'm capable of
Let's take a
retracting.
moment of silence for Kyle retracting. Just 10 seconds.
We're all beautiful people.
That honestly, they have to go watch that scene in You People. It is, if you're having
It's
a bad
good.
day, go watch David Duchovny singing to Lauren London.
It's so
it
good.
It will make your whole day.
I lost it because he took the chair and made it face the piano, so she had nowhere to go. I lost it because that's like a passive aggressive,
it.
like
Yeah. I'm loving this Black History Month co-hosting interracial dating talk.
Thank God we're on the same page about it though.
About what?
About Black History Month.
Oh, yeah.
There's some people out there, had I been like, I love interracial relationships during this month, they'd be
It's
like, all
almost
right.
like you're not allowed. But why don't we get the shortest month?
Everyone says that.
conversation
Everyone
topic.
says that. Why do we get the shortest month?
Oh
It's
gosh,
short.
here he goes.
It's short by 1 day, 2 at the most.
It's still short though.
What were you gonna do with
Now
the 2
we're
extra
gonna
days?
divide. Now we're gonna divide. What do you mean?
We're gonna do it with the 2 extra days.
Keep it going.
You can keep it going anyway. Mind you, it doesn't have to be Black History Month. You can just celebrate the history any day you want during
But
the
this
year.
is our month, Kyle.
Is it?
This guy.
Don't get me started. All right,
All right,
listen.
I'm gonna take your card.
It should have the card. Have the card. Because like celebrate it all year
take
long.
2.
No, because you
I'll
know
take
what? If
2
I
cards.
ask some of these people that are so adamant about Black History Month in June, well, Juneteenth. All right, that was a bad month.
too
That was a bad
I
example.
was like, yeah. I was like, well, maybe not June.
Juneteenth also they get pretty
June.
hyped up. If I ask about it in October,
What about it?
what, you've been celebrating Black History in October? They'll be like, no, it's in February. It's like, why did you designate it just to then? Like, why don't you just like
Exactly. Why did we
feel your
why
history
couldn't
every
we get
day?
October.
I'm proud every day.
Are you proud every day, Kyle?
Gotta be.
You definitely
And not
are.
about just being black, just being myself. And I think all black people need to do that as well. Stop putting yourself in a box.
So multi-layered, way more layered than I was prepared for.
I think everyone has that
I
experience.
wasn't ready for the Kyle experience.
No. It's here now.
It's here.
Buckle up, baby.
Unleashed, Kyle.
Unleashed.
Good day live.
Unleashed, yeah.
Yeah, you have some very interesting viewpoints that, let's just say I saw you that I would never ever.
Never think.
No, I would not think it.
Interesting.
I would not. I don't know. I think I'm
What'd you
also
think I would've said?
judging because we're.
This is what's really getting.
Maybe I'm doing it too.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're black.
100%.
I'm like, well, he must think this way.
Must have a father
that's
somewhere
what-
named Mustafa. Wait, like, tell me, what did you think I was gonna say?
I don't know, but not that.
Not that.
Not that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like I said before.
It gets worse. Can't say it on national television because again, we don't need the Muslim
Kyle,
nation showing up at my house.
No.
Which I completely respect. Thank God for every nation out there. Love you guys.
Way to be. Keep it PC. I love that.
I stay away from religion.
Yeah, I think that's best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very strong in our culture.
I'll touch race. I'll touch race all day.
Race is still kind of tricky. You still got to be a little,
I can do
you got to
it.
be a little careful. This stuff's out here forever on live TV.
That's where America really goes wrong. Like when like black men can't say the stuff that because white men are just like being witch hunted at the moment. They can't say a thing.
No, you can't.
They can't say anything.
That's very true.
They can't say anything.
That's very true.
They can't even say the word black sometimes.
No.
It's rough. It's rough out there for my guys.
It's for your guys, Kyle.
We're not the country that had slavery. We're the country that stopped slavery. Happy Black History
Oh
Month.
my God! Okay, we are doing it.
Is it not
here
true?
On Good Day Live, we are doing it.
It's true.
Kyle, you do you.
They had slavery in Africa.
I appreciate your conviction.
Thank you.
I do.
They
I
did.
really do.
Let's not beat around the bush.
Look at you. You're just holding strong.
Let's not beat around the bush. How did we get here?
We got to beat the bush a little bit, Kyle. We got to beat the bush a little bit.
Oh, that's what people had a problem with that love Viola Davis, but that movie called The Woman King.
Oh, I have not seen that. Viola Davis? I love Viola Davis.
Love Viola Davis.
Huge Viola
She's
Davis.
nominated for that role.
How amazing is her acting? Just
I mean, did you ever see Fences with Denzel?
No, I feel like that's
you have got to
inappropriate.
just if you were to just watch it just for specifically the acting alone, it is some of the best acting I've ever seen, especially out of Viola Davis. Oh my God!
I need to watch that.
Oh my God! If you're ever like angry at someone that you love, and as a woman,
Oh, well.
watching her do that is like it'll just explain all your own feelings. She's so good. She's like, I stuck right beside you while you gave me nothing, and she's like snot's like coming out of her
you know
nose.
what? I've seen that scene.
That clip?
I've seen
Oh
that
my
scene.
gosh.
Yes. Maybe, you know what? Yes, I have seen it a long time ago.
It came out like 10 years ago.
Yes, I did see Fences, and
Yeah.
I remember being so moved
It's
by
moving.
Yeah, that's one of those performances where I'm like, I got to get into an acting class. Like right now.
Yeah, it was
I'm
actually
so
that's how I
moved
met
by that.
my coach. She was coaching Denzel on Broadway for Fences.
No way.
And I was in New York doing off Broadway, and we met, and now she's still my coach.
No way.
Yeah.
I will have to get her info.
Yeah, shout out to Diana Castle. She'll take new ones, but they're all coming from referrals, so I'll refer you.
Yeah. Please do. I would love that.
But The Woman King, coming back to The Woman King.
The Woman King. Okay.
A little backlash only because the technical history of that scenario was that there was slavery in Africa during that time.
Okay.
And then Europeans came and joined that kind of a slave trade, and that's where it comes from. It's not just like we never heard of a gun and we never saw like a European before,
Right.
and they just came and infiltrated and applied slavery to our whole culture.
Right.
That's not. There's a very different story there, right? So that's why the movie caught a little backlash.
Oh, I have to go watch this. So many things.
Ironically, it makes us seem weaker if you go with the way this movie is, opposed to
Okay.
how history really happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to watch it and then we'll reconvene on that subject because I'm just.
Someone's showing up at my house later for sure.
I know, Kyle. I'm like, listen, I'm not walking with you to the parking lot. You're going to walk out first, and then I'll walk out after you.
I love it's a good month. It's a good month to talk about how where the pride really lies.
Yeah.
And where the strength really lies.
That's why I'm glad my show's coming out tonight.
Yeah, right?
This month.
Yeah.
Because I really do touch on some of these things about the African American experience of just what this does and how it affects things and what it means, even seeing two black hosts. You know what I mean?
Right,
all the
right,
things.
right.
Yeah. It's like things that you like don't think about, but I'm excited to like bring them
Also,
to
not
the
a fan when
table.
people call it a black movie. It's a movie.
What's your qualm with calling it a black movie?
It's a movie.
Ah, I see.
What if we went around calling things white movies? Exactly.
You can't do that.
Where's the double standard there?
Well, we can't. Double standard.
Just call it a movie.
Yeah, I don't think Tyler Perry would agree with you on that.
Oh, wow, look out. Hold on.
Tyler Perry, no?
I love Tyler Perry.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but like in the trajectory he goes is like he would, obviously he would love that kind of a thing.
You think that he would love not saying...
No, he would love calling it a black market.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Tyler Perry's all about that.
I just don't think like I'm not trying to assimilate. I'm just saying like, why don't we just move past?
Not everybody's ready, Kyle.
But isn't that the objective?
I mean, they talk about this in You People, about the time period. Don't you remember the scene at dinner? Oh, wait, have you not gotten
I saw the dinner. The dinner was cringe. When they set the hat on fire?
When they set the hat on fire.
Super cringe.
And they're talking about...
That was great.
Jews, and then...
That was great.
Slavery, and then all the things.
I was like, hey, we're going to televise this conversation? I was like, oh my God.
They're televising the conversation, doing
Nia Long was actually... It was funny because she was like, this is a really uncomfortable conversation.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, it so is.
I wonder how much of that's improv, and then how much of that is just the actual dialogue.
It must have been like 80% improv.
You think that was improv?
I watched the outtakes and they're just consistently improving. So I was like, I guess that's what they were doing. And
you're sitting there with Eddie Murphy, who's like the king of the kings with these things.
Right. Between Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy, I was like, this is going to be comedic gold.
Yeah.
It was a bit more cringe than I expected.
Yeah, there definitely were some cringe moments.
Yeah.
But back on Tyler Perry, guess who he lent his home to when they needed help?
Who?
Meghan and Harry.
What?
Shout out.
Hold on.
Kyle's gonna have a breakdown.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you mean he lent his house to the Prince of England?
When they had to leave and flee the monarchy.
There wasn't like a bunch of men in robes on horses like chasing them.
Yeah, there were. They were in the media.
They could have legitimately just bought a house that day.
Them out.
The Prince of England couldn't get a place to stay?
No. They couldn't get any money. Yeah.
He has no money?
They didn't give him any money when he left.
They cut him off?
They cut him off, Kyle.
Where does he get money from?
Where's he getting any money from? If you're going to leave the institution,
I don't know if he ever was ever off.
Exactly.
Come on.
He just can't accept that they may have had a hard time. Why can't Harry and Meghan have a hard time?
If he's cut off, they're definitely having a hard time.
Exactly. And then guess who came to the rescue? Tyler Perry.
They cut him off like that?
No, Tyler Perry just was
no dollars.
No.
No dollars, no gold.
Well, I mean, he probably had a little. He's probably rich people.
He's got something.
He probably had a little coin.
That country's raided an entire continent. You're telling me they didn't leave him with anything?
I'm sure he had a little coin, but I'm just saying for them, they were broke.
Like.
Why would he get money?
Yeah, why would he get money? He left.
He's in a palace. They have a whole. I don't get
He's a prince.
He left, Kyle.
If I disowned my child because he was in a marriage.
When you get him the child, when do you get the money?
Huh?
When would you give the child?
He's got an allowance.
What kind of allowance?
They cut him off though.
He's always with people.
Yeah.
It's free for him.
Everything's free.
So then why does he need money?
I think I don't know about everything.
What do you mean
free.
everything's
He still pays
free?
for things.
Everything's not free, Kyle. This is.
What would he buy?
No.
When he's in England, when he's being a prince, what would he buy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying like everything gets delivered to the
I love
palace.
when Kyle gets stumped.
Can you tell me where he goes?
So like things get delivered to the palace, he just eats for free, like a bed and breakfast that he never pays for.
Amazon, he puts his credit card in, Prince Harry.
He's got to have a credit card.
Oh my gosh.
He's got to have a credit card.
Guys, pause.
Yeah, they got to have a line of credit. They got to have a debit.
Credit card.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely still has all that.
I have a comment.
They probably cut him off from like if he can't like increase anymore.
Kyle,
I need the specifics.
Stop.
Does anyone know the specifics on this?
Not wanting to believe that.
What's his bank account right now? As a prince.
Now it's insane because of Netflix. He's fine now.
Oh, that's right. He was offered a ton of money because he's a prince.
Okay, but what if he didn't get that?
Poor them.
Poor them, exactly.
Off of being a prince, the man got $100 million.
That is not based on being a prince. It's based on having an interesting story to tell.
But we're still gonna feel bad for him with the $100 million.
I'm gonna feel bad for them. Yeah,
we're still gonna be like, poor him.
With his brother, his family. It's sad. I feel bad.
He could buy another brother. He's got $100 million.
Oh my gosh, it's not that much money.
His brother's got nothing.
And they live in California.
He's doing better than his brother. He's doing great.
Speaking of credit cards and whatever he needs.
His brother's never gonna see that kind of money.
Did you guys hear about Amazon having the Palm payment?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I did that.
What do you mean you did that?
Did it, Andy?
Supermarket.
You're kidding.
That freaks
For what?
me out.
Supermarket.
I gotta say the Palm payment freaks me
It
out.
read your print?
It's also, you put it down and then you buy the groceries.
What are your thoughts on the Palm payment? I don't know. That's feeling a little bit too much for me.
I'm always one for a little bit less government.
Palm?
I'm always one for a little bit less government, right? I'm like Paul Revere.
I'm like Paul Revere.
I'm not really about that whole like.
It just feels
the chip,
creepy
the
to
thing.
me.
It's too much.
To be like,
it's too much.
I thought it was a joke.
Check out in line.
I didn't think it was a real
Is
thing.
it so hard to pull your card out and swipe it and put it back in your wallet?
Depending on your wallet,
just in case you lose your wallet, you still got your palm.
You want to wait in with all your groceries at the checkout, or you want to just...
I love how he's so fascinated
Wait,
by
the
this
palm
right now.
skips the line?
Yes.
See, that the fact that they're giving you incentive scares me even more.
Okay, so you're not doing that.
No.
But you know what, Kyle?
Waiting while I'm just cruising out.
100%.
I don't believe it.
100%.
Kyle True Blood.
I'm not putting they're not getting my palm
But you know
in the
what?
system.
So there's no time amount.
This might be a black thing.
You wait a half hour?
Half hour? I'm not going to the supermarket if it's a half hour.
Kyle, come back.
Okay, sorry.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
So the palm thing is like the new age thing, and then as we're getting older, they're gonna have all these things. Just like the cell phones came out and all these things, and our parents are like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
You know, like face recognition.
Face ID.
I mean, that's kind of in the same beep. And the next thing you know will just be it'll be in the air.
Yeah.
That is coming.
I'm fine with it being in the air. I just don't want it in my brain or my hands or anything. No. I'm good.
Beep.
I'm good.
But maybe in like the next 5, not even maybe less than 5, you'll just be palming it and you won't even think about it.
Might even not think about it.
You might not
it's
even
just
think
too
about
normal.
it. I thought face recognition was so weird at first. I was like, this is creepy.
I'm not doing that.
You don't do face recognition on your phone?
Nope.
What?
Nope. I still put in the code. I don't even do the thumbprint.
Stop it,
I got a 12.
Are
I can
you
do it.
Serious?
I can do Face ID. Yeah.
Did you say you have a 12?
Yeah.
Kyle.
What? I'm not doing it.
Is that good for dating?
What you mean?
Yeah. 12's all right. 12's like the bottom. You can't go any lower than 12.
You can't go lower than 12.
Can't go lower than 12.
Wait, I'm confused. You don't do the thumb or the face. You're punching in a code.
6 code. 6 numbers.
Get out. Okay. Come on. Are you serious?
Yep.
Literally, that's wild.
Yep.
Okay, well, I did not know that. I was like, you at least do the thumb, for sure.
No. You want your thumbprint? You want your prints?
But like, okay.
Out there?
What are they doing with it? What do they care about what I'm doing?
They want it.
Other
That's
than
all I
being
need to know.
on OWN tonight, all the single ladies. Like, what do they
I don't know. I'm paranoid. I am paranoid.
There's a guy in Iowa who's freaking out that the government's watching.
Yeah, see, like that's my
nobody
crowd.
gives-
That's my crowd. 100%.
But why do
the
they
guys
care
in the
what you're
bunkers and the what do you call them?
The what? The bunkers and what?
The guys in the bunkers. What do you call them?
I don't know. It's weird.
The preparers. Doomsdayers. Doomsday preppers.
Government doesn't care
That's
that
my
I'm
crowd.
shopping on Amazon
That's
and buying
my
my
crowd.
cat a freaking cat tree. Like, they don't care.
Huh?
What do you have doomsday at home?
A pack ready to go in case an earthquake hits.
What do you got?
Pause.
I got-
Did you just say you have a doomsday kit?
Who doesn't? Couple seeds.
I have one.
Water bottle.
I have one, but the earthquake was 10 years ago. That's when I got the water.
Oh my God.
If the
you
water
guys.
expires in 5, there's probably like plastic that's leaked into my water by this point. You know what I mean?
In there.
Still
Get
in there.
glass.
Get glass. If you get glass,
What's in your pack?
you get glass, and then the earthquake hits your bag. Now you got just glass in the water.
Yeah, but that's better than the plastic. No?
It is better than the
I guess
plastic.
probably if it's doomsday, you won't care about the plastic. You just want water.
Just gonna chug the plastic
okay,
water.
what's in the pack?
Nothing really. Clothes, a couple seeds that I got from a.
Did you think about your doomsday pack during COVID times?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
When we were locked in the house?
No, I was actually like. I was oddly kind of like you know, like some doomsday preppers were like happy about this. They were like, yeah, now I get to put into practice all this stuff I was thought about.
Exactly.
And that's where I was. I was just like, okay, how do we survive? And yeah, I lived off of like a. I remember it. Like it was tough at one point.
Oh.
Yes. Do you know what this is?
No.
Okay, this you can take this and survive because like let's say you see like a stream
What?
of water, you can suck the water into this and then push it back out. It'll filter it so that you can have clean water anywhere you go.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Life Straw?
Yeah.
By Vestergaard.
Yeah, so you can drink like any water because you can get like sepsis from drinking from certain streams, especially in
I
LA.
can use this for Burning Man.
Did anyone?
Just in case.
Are you still going to Burning Man? Because I need to go before I turn 40. I need
I'm
to
gonna go to Burning Man for the rest
Really?
of my life.
Let's get a
Black
group together.
burners, It's a thing.
Let's get a group together. We'll
It's
do
a
it.
thing.
Ren
Black
Woods.
burners is a thing.
Ren Woods supports this
The
straw
Life Straw
apparently. One
in
of our Sway
action?
members. Yeah.
Oh wait, can I? Let's see.
That's
this.
Ren Woods. She's one of our Sway TV members. The Life Straw in action.
Earlier, I was talking about the Life Straw. This is a super popular item. It's $95 for 4 of them. So I asked for the producer to give me a bowl of water. Didn't know he was gonna give me a bowl for a freaking elephant. All right, so here's the dirt. I'm about to drink dirt water. Okay, you guys can see this is actual dirt. From the ground, yeah, that's dirt and that's nasty. Okay, I'm gonna drink that. Okay, well, there's like rocks in here. Okay, so here we got my handy dandy life straw, and I just am praying to God this thing works. There it gets. Okay, here goes. You guys, that's insane. Oh my God, this works. I just drank dirt. I'm sold. I'm ordering these for everyone I know.
Life Straw by Vestergaard.
Vestergaard. What does that sound like? What's Vestergaard?
You try that if I set that up for you?
Say it again?
You try that demo if I set that up?
100%.
You're gonna try it?
I'll try it. 100%.
And every straw that you buy, it gives water to a child in Africa for a full school year.
Are you serious?
Oh.
For a full school year?
Wow. Who came up with this cool thing?
Wow.
I love this.
Vestergaard. Shout out to Vestergaard helping out a continent.
Yeah.
Saving a continent.
That's amazing. Okay, wait. I found my clip on the interracial dating for all the single ladies.
Oh, yeah?
Andy, can we play it? Andy, can we play the clip from all the single ladies, the interracial dating? I found it. Yes.
All the single ladies.
It's on the iPad.
Okay,
Let's see if we can get sound. We're gonna get it.
Put your hands up.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. So this is the clip where I talk about the interracial dating, and it makes it sound like that his parents were terrible to me.
Okay, but they weren't?
They were a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
They were just a little like, oh, you're dating a
Fathers hate me.
girl.
Fathers hate me.
Oh, I know. I can't
Some
even.
fathers love me.
Some fathers love you.
But what's even more racist is that I get weirded out that the father loves me. I'm like, shouldn't you hate me?
But maybe because that's what you're used to.
Yeah.
I'm great with parents.
Yeah.
I'm great with them.
Oh yeah, parents love me.
Okay. We're hitting play?
Parents love me.
Okay. Can we hear it? Corn-fed white boy through and through. Everybody's cool until they bring somebody black in their family. You could tell everybody's like the high pitched. And I'm like, wow, that was a really high octave. I said, Richard, did you tell them? He's like, what do you mean? You're my girlfriend. And I'm like, I know that you feel that way, but those looks, they're not feeling that way, you know? And it was one of those, his mom's like, hey, can we talk to you for a sec? And I think they thought that he was going through something. You know, he was going through a phase. It was like, that was a 6-year phase. Phase, okay?
I love how you say that. They thought he was going through a phase. It was a 6-year phase.
It was a 6-year phase.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, and his parents were amazing to me.
Yeah.
But it did take a second.
You know,
it took a second.
But it takes stories like that to like let the country know we are moving forward. We are progressing. We are evolving. We're getting we're getting happier.
This was 20 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. My 3.5-year girlfriend that was, 16 years ago, mind you, and their parents were very wealthy. I'm talking like indoor pool, like the whole bit. You know what I mean? I'm talking, and there was another one who was even more wealthy. They had horses. I'm talking like 5 cars they didn't drive. And the parents loved me. It's not like, oh, elitist or racist or like, America gets these weird narratives.
But it's like if you just take, what you think is the rule and how things can be most of the time, there are those people that there's an exception.
And there's, what's even weirder is that there's like a group of black people out there right now that don't want us to tell this story. That don't want us to show how some people are happy. How not everything is so hard.
I think sometimes people want everyone to be on guard all the time.
Correct.
And sometimes I think that's appropriate, and then other times 100%. I'm just like, maybe this is just something going on with me. And that's the thing too. I was actually telling Michelle about this, walking in certain stores in Beverly Hills, right? I've had some weird experiences.
For sure.
And unfortunately, you have to ask yourself, is this me? Or maybe that person's having a bad day and they do this to everybody.
I think I said this yesterday. Sometimes, like let's say I'll be driving or I'll go into a store and something will happen. And I'll be like, is this because I'm black or is it just because this person's weird? And you don't know. And there's no way to ask the question.
You're never going to know.
So just move on. Like for me, I'm like, just move on. Personally, I don't think other people don't go through things like this. Like I'm sure, White dudes my age walk around a store and some people follow them and think they're going to steal, depending on how they're dressed.
Right.
How they're dressed, not their skin color. I think that's where we are today. You wear a hoodie.
I mean, anybody wears a hoodie, period, these days. I freak out.
I don't even know what color he is. He's wearing a hoodie. I'm already checking him out. He could be Asian, not to be racist, but like I'm serious. Like most people aren't even they don't even think about him being like threatening. But like if he's Asian, he's got a hood up. I'm like, across the street.
Right, exactly. If I see a hoodie, period, especially when everyone's wearing masks,
the mask,
and the hoodie, glasses, I'm like,
and also
what's going on?
What are we perpetuating with these ski masks? Like that's not a fashion thing. It's not a thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a thing. It's not cute. Not cool. And like, but there is a part of the culture that's like the more you try to like divert back to being a thug, the more proud you think the culture is going to be of you.
Okay, I wasn't following it first.
And I think that's where the culture kind of splits for me. Is like there's some people that want to be progressive and like want to just exist in this country happily and progressively and earn and improve their own lives. And there's some people who have a narrative that want to like really dig into this narrative and you know what I mean? Like they're almost obsessed with how hard it is and they don't want to move on because they want to talk about how hard it is.
But the same way that there's extreme Republicans and extreme Democrats, there's that same energy within our culture where there's people who are extremely on this side and there's people who are like, what are you talking about? Like, they don't even think about it depending on your environment and where you are. I do feel like every person of color has experienced some moment where they're very aware, like, okay, this is a thing.
I was told I was going to be killed. I'm not coming off like an oblivious standpoint here.
Exactly.
Like, just to let you know.
You, of course you know. You don't even have a choice.
I don't have a choice. I'm a black male and like I grew up in the 90s. It was like, my life's been threatened based on my skin color on a couple occasions. So like don't get carried away out there.
But I think it's where you let it land within you, and that's sort of I feel like that's what you're saying.
Little story for Black History Month. So I'm a beach bum. I grew up on the beach. I grew up on the
know that.
Yeah, I grew up on the Jersey Shore.
Fun facts with Kyle.
I'm a Jersey Shore boy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm from grew up 20 minutes from the shore. And anyway, like every summer we'd get a beach house somewhere outside of Jersey and go and stay there for 2 weeks. So we were in Kitty Hawk this time, which I wouldn't term really like that racist of an area, but we're walking and I brought my friend Brandon, who's white, strawberry blonde hair, and we're walking to the beach, just him and I. We're like 11. And we both have our skimboards and a baseball kit. And a group of like teenagers drive by, white guys, and they just scream the N-word out the car. And I'm like 11.
Kyle.
I'm like 11, right?
Oh, come on.
But my parents raised me to know that's them. I have my day and they have their day. Okay?
Wow, that's
it's
really
incumbent
amazing.
upon me to understand that's their situation and it's my fault if I then take that energy and then place it on myself. That's my responsibility. And I knew that since like a baby.
And your mom's a psychologist.
Yes, right. And my dad's a lawyer who was like, and they both got their PhD and became a lawyer in the 70s. Like this is like they're like the first. They're really on top of it. Anyway, my friend Brandon is freaking out. He is in tears that this just happened to me. And then I adopted his energy and became upset.
Got it. But you on your own.
Me on my
initially.
own. Had I not had people close to me tell me to be upset, I wouldn't have been upset.
Interesting.
But once Brandon was upset, and then he told my dad, and my dad got upset, and my dad told his friend, and his friend got upset. Then I was like, oh my God, I have an issue.
I have to be upset.
I cried. Upset.
Yeah.
But like, okay, point of the matter is, think every month.
Every month, yes, I agree with you. Single Ladies, 6 p.m. tonight on OWN.
Yes.
Well, my show will be debuting.
Oprah's Network, baby.
Yes, do it.
You have the Drea Renee.
Yes.
6 p.m.
How True Blood.
I'm not on it, but she is.
Yes.
I'll see you tomorrow, or Monday.
We did it.
We filled up the whole time with Black History.
Fashion forward, you know it. It's morning from good daylight. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle, the smile. Good times are the only style. Good times. Fashion forward, passion, you know it. Attraction, good morning from good daylight. Yeah. Selling Kyle, coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good daylight, good daylight, good daylight, good daylight. Coming at you with the greatest scares and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission from morning to night. So buckle up and ride with Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and good times are the only daylight. Good 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 daylight. Fashion forward, passion, attraction, daylight. Yeah. Selling Kyle with a smile. A while. Good times are the only style. Good day, good daylight, good daylight, good daylight. Coming at you with the greatest scares and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission. Buckle up and ride with. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times, good daylight, daylight. Fashion forward, passion, you know it. Attraction, good morning from good daylight. Yeah. Selling Kyle, coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Coming at you with the greatest scares and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission from morning to night. So buckle up and ride with. expression. Good morning from good daylight. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Coming at you with the greatest gas and